Hi, welcome to Cultivate Your Great. Today, I just want to spend a few minutes talking about journaling and how journaling can really be an important part of your daily and weekly routine in helping you to cultivate your greatness. And really using journaling as an opportunity to reflect, to think, to plan, to grow, and to process a lot of different things that you face during the course of your day. So for me, my journaling practice is something that I kind of has evolved over the last several years, really looking to see what's going to help me to be the best version of myself. Again, looking at taking some time to plan, reflect, to imagine, to grow, and to really process everything I've gone through. And as I've looked at journaling over the years, I have never really found a journal that incorporated all of the different components I wanted it to. So I've had to take something that was as close to what I wanted and add to it, really make it my own. So the planner that I currently use, and I've created ones in the past, and I may create another one in the future. If I do, I'll make sure to include it to this video, but the one that I currently use and which I really like is This Is My Era Planner. And I like the format of it. I like the way it has things laid out. Now, for my journaling practice, I usually take some time at the beginning of the week, usually Monday morning while my daughter is doing her homeschooling work. I'll take some time and plan my week. So there's a section where I take and write down my goals for the week. I take some time to look at my major goals that I want to accomplish in about 4 to 5 different areas of my life, whether that's business, that's home life, whether that relates to my physical activity if I'm training for a race. So I take some time to plan out my goals and write the large goal, but then break it down into the different steps it will take to accomplish that goal. So if I'm looking at training for a race, one of my points might be to make sure that I dial in my nutrition. Maybe another point is to look at which specific days of the week I'm going to set aside to run. Maybe I'm training for triathlon, so that includes running and biking. And if it's swimming, then again, what days will I incorporate swimming? So I really try to break those larger goals down so that they can become more and more attainable. As part of that planning process for the week, the other two pieces is I take some time to look at my wins from the previous week, looking at what went well that previous week and how I can learn from that so that I can have those same victories this coming week. I also take some time to look at lessons learned. What were some of my big takeaways? Was it something that I did? Maybe something that I saw, something that I experienced in my own character? What did I learn about the previous week, again, that I can look at and apply and incorporate into the new coming week? So that's kind of where I start my planning session. And those goals that I write out for the week will be written out and assigned to different days of the coming week. So if I look at my running schedule on Tuesday, if I decide I'm going to run on Tuesdays and Thursdays of that week, I will write that in on the appropriate day so that I can make sure that I get those done on that day. So instead of having a list of goals for the entire week that I just stick somewhere, I take each of those different goals, each of those different things on my to-do list, and assign them to a specific day during that week. And by doing so, really finding that to be the most successful way for me to accomplish those goals, because they aren't just vaguely there set to do, but they've been assigned to a day and will help me make sure that they're on my plate and I'm in the focus and really something that I'm very keenly aware of getting done. So once I've done that kind of high level overview of the week, then I take some time and I go into that first day of the week. So my week starts on a Sunday. So on that Sunday, I go in and I have some different journaling things that I track during the course of every day. Usually the first thing that I'll do in the morning is I'll take some time and write out my to-do list. And again, this is based on my larger goals for the whole week. And I'll take some time and write out about maybe 4 or 5 different goals for that specific day and things that I want to accomplish. Then I also write down things that I don't want to do. Now, for me, that has been something really helpful because it helps set my intention, really helps me to think through what activities are not going to serve me. And it may revolve around interactions with my daughters. It may be revolve around distractions that take away from my time. So an example would be, don't be distracted. Like I don't want to be distracted. I don't want to be easily frustrated. And just really thinking ahead about different situations that I might encounter during the day and setting the intention that I want to avoid certain behaviors that can lead to a negative outcome. So I'll definitely capture two different things that I want to make sure that I don't do during the course of the day. Then I'll also look at some top priorities that, if nothing else, I really want to make sure that I accomplish these three main things. So I may have started the day with a list of 5, but have 3 that I really want to make sure that I have accomplished by the end of the day. So just again, trying to really break things down because life goes sideways, things happen, and I want to make sure that I drill down to what's really most important that I get done that day. So that's really where I start my day. Then, I kind of navigate through my day, going back to my goals as necessary to help me stay focused, to help me stay on track. And then also, as part of my planning for the day, at the beginning of the day, I also write in my appointments, or if I have any scheduled work blocks that I want to get done, then I make sure that I capture that on my daily schedule. And then at the end of the day, I take some time to reflect. And this is really part of my bedtime routine where I sit back and I think about my day. And so the first thing is I really take some time to be grateful and look back at my day and capture 5 to 6 different things where I can see God move. Despite whatever kind of day I had, it's so important to go back and say, okay, what were the highlights of my day? Where was I really encouraged? Because one bad moment can make it the whole day seem bad. But if you can sit back at the end of the day and pull out 5 things that just made us smile, then the day seems so much better. It's a point of perspective. So taking that time for gratitude is such a powerful thing. Then I also like to take some time and reflect on just my relationship with God and look at an area in my life where I really want to repent, where I really want to change and be different for the next day, and think about some of the interactions I had, whether it was with my family, whether it was with just my own sinful nature. What came out? Was it being impatient? Was it being disrespectful? Was it being unkind? Was it, just having unrighteous thoughts? Whatever it was, this is a time where I take a few minutes to really reflect on my relationship with God and think about how I want to grow and be different going forward. So that's just a one sentence, something that really was something that really just jumped out during the course of the day. And not that that was the only thing that I need to change, but that tends to be the most glaringly obvious thing that I want to work on and have happen differently going forward. Then I also take a few minutes and look at 3 different things that God really helped me accomplish. And these tend to be things that I may have had to push through and really work through. Maybe it was an issue where I had to really be very patient with my children. I could really see God moving and helping me to be patient, knowing that previously I might have gotten really frustrated and yelled. So that's an area that I really look back and go, wow, God really helped me. Another area may be just denying myself and really saying no to something that I wanted to do and saying yes to something else that my family wanted me to engage in. Again, that's a time where I could say, wow, God really helped me to deny myself. And just really, again, really reflecting and seeing God move in my life and how that impacted the rest of my day. Again, taking some time also, so I document 3 different areas where I see God move and help me through the day. Then I look at 3 different things that I learned through the day. And that's, again, this is, for me, it's a hugely reflective time where I really look back, and that introspective opportunity is such a place for growth. Because as I capture all of those things, it helps me to be a better person. It forces me to look at who I am and what I'm doing and how that impacts people. so that I can change and be different. And by documenting it and taking that time to reflect, I can look back at those pages weeks from now, months from now, and see whether I'm in the same place or see how I've grown and really be grateful to God for helping me to make progress and growth in that specific area. So I also take some time to look at 3 areas where I note what I've learned about myself, what I've learned about my business, my perspective, my attitude, whether I've learned something about someone else. So those are some of the things that I really look to capture. And then I neglected to mention one other thing is I document a quote, just some sort of a guiding idea. Usually it's a thought leader that has a quote that I think is really important to capture just to help me think in a more positive way. So then I might jot down a quote. So really that is my journaling practice. Again, it starts with my goals for the week, then it carries over to the individual goals, and then I break down capturing these different things. And again, my journaling really becomes a point of introspection, a point of reflection, and an opportunity for growth as I look at myself in a much more focused and concentrated way. So I hope this helps, and I will be happy to absolutely break down this process and really look at them individually more specifically, because I did not come to this overnight. This is something that has evolved over time as I started to look at how journaling really is a very important tool to help us to grow and really to cultivate our best selves. So I just wanted to get a chance to share that with you and hope this helps for you also to cultivate your own best self. Thank you so much for watching.